But he will have the chance to do it with his Hunter. It's a Hunter mirror matchup here between Tomof and Orange. The coin here for Orange with a pretty nice hand. He's not going to keep that freezing trap. Pretty nice hand for Tomof as well, though. A lot of removal and early on aggression. Both of them Unleash picked up. Not the best cards, but they could prove worthy. An Owl drawn. That is going to make him coin the Creeper here, actually. Okay. He's going to probably meet the Creeper of Tomof here.
I'll show them.
Wow, does play the Scientist first. Is this going to trigger a silence here from Orange? It will trigger the silence. There it is. Hoot, hoot. So you could execute what I'm talking about here. You could kill the Creeper and Unleash if you wanted to, but there's a Knife Juggler pickup, so that might make you like save it until turn 5. Could also just play like an Eagle Horn Bow. Nope, he is going to play the Unleash. Is he going to trade every one of these? Does look like it. He's going to keep it 2-1 on the board. Animal Companion looks like the best play on curve here for Orange. Huffer's always nice, but it's not the best against that 2-1 Scientist, and he is actually going to get the 4-4, probably the best one here. What do you do about this? How do you go about this here as Tomof? Worgen Infiltrator, is this a classic Face Hunter? You could play the Eagle Horn Bow, trade and play the Worgen. That puts the most damage on the board and could follow up with the Knife Juggler and Haunted Creeper next turn. He could also just play a Haunted Creeper and like Hero Power to kind of like set up the Knife Juggler next turn. But he's going to go for the clear here on Misha and play the Worgen behind it. That seems like the most obvious thing and the safest play on board. I don't think he's thinking about Freezing Trap at the same time, but it's also good against Freezing, right? Because this Worgen only costs 1 mana, so if you bounce it up and replay it for 3, it's not too bad. And he is actually going to play that Freezing with his Hero Power. Not much else he can do. No Hero Power, but the Abusive? Really? Wow, does want to combat this board. Pretty crazy. Do not know if I like this too much because there is the threat of the Knife Juggler. So he could go with double Creeper here, or with the Knife Juggler and 1 Creeper. But he's going to go with a double Creeper and make a lot of little tokens next turn. Abusive goes face, and Loatheb's just too good on 5 to not play it. And this is kind of... Actually, not kind of. This is pretty scary because there's no spells playable for Tomof, so he's not even thinking about not playing this Knife Juggler. But there's a double Unleash in the hand for Orange, which is pretty crazy and is going to deal a crap ton of damage when there's 5 minions on his opponent's side of the board. Because there is going to be 5, at least, right? Depends on if he Hero Powers or plays the Worgen as well. Jesus, that's going to be such a sick Unleash. If he top decks a Knife Juggler here, Orange, that's going to be insane. Oh! Oh, man. That's insane. Oh, my God. The Face Hunter's getting so punished. Every juggle that hits a minion here is just so much pain. Oh, my God. I feel bad for calling it as well. Oh, wow. That Knife Juggler top deck just changed this game around. Because there's so much damage that Tomof took off of that bow, and it would have paid off if he hadn't gotten Unleashed on. Like, the Unleash itself would have been crazy because there was a double Unleash. But with a Knife Juggler, that's even more insane. Like, at this point, it's just face for Orange, right? You just go face. Haunted Creeper is also a nice draw because it just sticks to the board. Like, even double Kill Command in hand for Tomof doesn't do anything with the Beast. Like, his opponent's at 23 HP. Like, after this turn, that's 3 times as much as you're going to have as Tomof here. So, I don't want to call this series early on, but it's looking very grim here for Tomof. Like, I don't see how he can win this. Like, even if he picked up his own second Unleash, like, too much damage taken here by from him, like, from Orange. He just did too much damage. I don't see anything wrong with just using your mana curve completely. Like, even kill commanding this turn, why wouldn't you do it? It's completely fine. Just go for it. 1 off lethal, actually. It's pretty hilarious. Oh, is there a trap down, or why didn't he attack? I can't see the trap. If there is a trap, then never mind. Oh, it's a snake trap, and he thinks it's an explosive. All right. going to get wrecked, though, because he's definitely going to get check. He's definitely going to check with one of the hounds. That's going to be 3 traps. It doesn't matter how these hit. Like, even if everything died here, not only is there an Unleash and hero power, but there's Unleash, Arcane Golem hero power. So that's a potential of, what, 10 damage? Or 11 even? So much damage. And Orange is going to take this game, for sure. Finishing it off with the Arcane Golem. And 2-2 it is between Orange and Tomof here. I concede. And another decider here. It's actually a pretty close series here. It's going to end 3-2, but for which side is going to be Tomof or Orange?